The 1978 is another whiskey for GTR, another exclusive use, so you have to be enjoying your world of travel to pick this one up. The 1978, like a number of other whiskies we do in duty free, celebrates travel the old-fashioned way on boats. The Ozenburg ship was the inspiration for this. The Ozenburg ship was a very famous Viking boat, very ornate, crafted, handcrafted, just an amazing bit of skill, to be honest. And we've tried to recreate that in the shape of a whiskey, I suppose. In 1978, again, the distillery, we still haven't created our first single malt yet. Everything else is still under license at this point. And we create a whiskey that, again, we can't sell. So we keep it ourselves, and we put it into sherry casks, and we age it until time allows us to use it. The key word, I suppose, for the flavour of this whiskey is, I would use spicy. It would be my buzzword, I suppose. The whiskey itself is a mixture of American oak sherry cask and Spanish oak sherry cask. But again, it's the American oak ones that begin to dominate ever so slightly. It's the American oak that gives us that spiciness. It pulls back the sweetness and it allows other flavours to escape. And that's where you get that wonderful cinnamon, nutmeg kind of notes coming right the way through any whiskey. The colour itself is, kind of a burnt gold kind of colour, I suppose, the best way to describe it. And if you turn it 45 degrees and spin it all the way around and hold it up straight, you can see how the tears and legs are very, very small as they begin to form, which tells you that it's slightly higher in alcohol than normal. And then it begins to fall down the glass very, very slowly, again, suggesting there's lots of oils, fats and esters and basically flavours in the glass. Then we give it a smell. That's when you notice that spiciness is still there, but the sweetness comes late. It arrives, you know it's there. It's just not the dominant flavour. It's the spiciness that does it with this whiskey. It's more cinnamon and nutmeg rather than toffee and caramel. It's that type of flavour. But the sweetness is definitely there, the richness behind it. And then when you come to taste it, instantly I get that wonderful tingling sensation, which just tells me there's a little bit more alcohol than the norm. Sweetness is definitely there. There's a nice, wonderful, dry, spicy aftertaste that comes with it. Just continuous. And again, for a whiskey like that, you don't want this aftertaste to finish quickly. You want it to go on and on and on. It delivers that spiciness the way I want it, but then the sweetness comes very, very quick just to balance it off. So it's not about total spice dominance, it's about the balance between spice and sweetness. And then towards the end, that's when the mouth drying sensation happens, and that's when that smoky aftertaste, the kind of classic Highland Park, begins to come through. It's basically the perfect balance between smoke, spice and sweetness. It's pretty good.